clip from our big NHL opening night show, baby. We're back. Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. The final game of the divisional round, 6:40 p.m. Eastern. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 11-5, 6-2 on the road at New Orleans Saints. 12-4, 6-2 at home during the regular season. Mercedes-Benz Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's take a look at what we are dealing with right now. New Orleans opens up at 3.5 at plus 100. It's now threes right across the board. Actually, there's a couple spots where the 3.5 is still there. This total opened up at 51. It's now at 52. And we know and remember well what the Saints have done to the Buccaneers this year and the difficulty of beating a team 3 times in a season rears its ugly head. Buccaneers won at Washington 31-23, so the franchise playoff record with 507 yards of total offense. Brady threw for 381. That's another club record, 2 touchdowns. 22 of 40, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Mike Evans had the knee injury, said he was playing at 85 to 90%. That was good enough to catch 6 passes for 119 yards. Cameron Brate looked excellent. He's a dangerous weapon. Caught 4 passes for 80 yards. Ronald Jones still hurt. Fournette had his best game since joining the Bucs. 93 yards, 19 attempts, 4 receptions for 39 yards, 132 yards from scrimmage. Some interesting things did happen in that game. One, Tampa Bay led the NFL in red zone scoring percentage, 95.1%. They produced points on 58 of 61 trips into the red zone, including 42 touchdowns. That was 4th in the league, tied for 4th with Buffalo and Minnesota, the touchdowns. The Bucs had 5 red zone possessions against Washington, only got the ball in the end zone once. They led the league in rushing defense for the 2nd straight year, but they have been vulnerable against the pass. And is Taylor Heineke a 300-yard passer in this league? Is he threw for 306 yards? Or are the Bucs extremely vulnerable through the air? Right guard Alex Kappa left in the 2nd quarter with an ankle injury, and it's bad. So he's not going to be in the lineup. And a quick look, you're going to get the questionable spots from the guys who didn't practice today, which is expected. But Ronald Jones is a wait and see, Bruce Arians says. LaShawn McCoy, who cares? Kevin Minter is out, COVID-19 list yesterday. Okay, Bebsy, what do you think about these Buccaneers? Do they have a shot against the Saints?
Well, I of course they have a shot. I mean, that offense is clicking so well. It took a while, but I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that Godwin and Evans were, one of them was hurt at one time or another for a huge chunk of the year. Antonio Brown joined late. Took a while to get in the swing of things. Gronkowski took a while to get back into playing shape. So yeah, they're dangerous right now with how much they're clicking. But this Saints team, you gotta figure they're all in right now too. They are. I think I read that they're negative $100 million in cap space for 2021. So this team's going to get dismantled in the offseason unless there's some magical way that they can rework contracts to get them under the cap for next year. So, look, they're going to be playing all out for what will undoubtedly be Breeze's last season. The way he's thrown this year, I can't see him coming back. I can see Brady coming back. He seems to have gotten better over the course of the year. Let's not pretend he's not stacked. Nilo, I saw that comment. I know you're fishing. You want me to go attack Brady, but come on, you can't pretend that Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown, Cameron Brate, and Gronkowski is not a solid group of weaponry. But yeah, look. I want to back the Saints here. I understand why this is bet down, but I can't. Every time I bet against Brady, he balls out and is incredible. Anytime I bet on him, he's garbage. So you want to know why I don't like Brady? Because I can't bet on the man. Because no matter, I'll tell you what. How about everybody in the chat put money on one team? I'll bet the other, and I guarantee you guys all win. You're welcome. That's personal guarantee.
The Saints are coming off a dominant 21-9 win over the Bears in New Orleans. Chicago's offense had looked good coming in. They came in up against a defense that ranked 4th in the NFL, and they were completely stopped. The Bears were held to 48 yards rushing. Breeze went 28 of 39 for 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. Deontay Harris got 7 passes for 83 yards. Michael Thomas, 5 catches for 73 yards. Feels like Michael Thomas trying to make up for lost time. Kamara ran 23 times for 99 yards, looked healthy. Patrick Robinson and Latavius Murray each had thigh injuries in the second half, but nothing new. Traquan Smith could be ready to return this round. Trey Hendrickson, defensive end, is questionable. Quan Alexander, as we know, done. Nick Easton still dealing with a concussion. The Saints' defense looked awesome. Maybe that was just the Bears' offense not really being the team that we saw for the last 4 or 5 weeks, or when Trubisky took over again.
I think it's a bit of both. I think the Saints defense getting healthy and playing postseason football really factored into that. And also just there was some missing personnel for the Bears. It was the reason why I didn't take Montgomery's prop. But I think it's sorry to cut you off, Jimmy, but I think that was a little from column A and a little from column B.
I think that's true. I simply think that the Saints' ability to slow down the pass compared to the Buccaneers' inability is the biggest difference maker in this game. And I think it will rear its ugly head. I mean, it has twice, but it's difficult to win 3 times. Are you leaning towards any spot right now, Bevsy?
Look, I lean towards the Saints because I just think, like I said before, they have to know in that locker room that this is the last year this team will be together in this fashion. And I think the Bucs, by and large, they'll all be back next year. Gronkowski might retire. I don't know. But I also just think defensively the Saints are better. And the Bucs have a good defense, so that is saying something. But I also think they're getting healthy on offense. Thomas is back healthy. Kamara is going to be ready to go. Cook, I feel like Cook is due for a big game. So yeah, I'm leaning Saints. If it keeps getting bet down, though, we talked about this before. The public loves to bet Brady, so this could continue to drop. It could. I think if a 2.5 fell on this board on the Saints, I just think it'd be just snapped up. And right now it looks like the big cash bets are on the Saints and the quantity of tickets are on the Buccaneers. I have 57% of the cash on the Saints, 57% of the tickets on the Bucs. This total has been hammered by the public so far towards the over. It's gone up a point from 51 to 52. Do you agree with that market move towards the over? Here's my problem with the over in this one. I confidently bet the over the last time these guys played on prime time, and one team did not show up. And you're not going to hit that total if one team doesn't show up again, which is very much possible. Somebody mentioned here, David Sharp mentioned that the Saints D is built for Tampa offense. They want to force you to throw down the middle, and that's what Brady wants to do. It's true. So it's matchup wise. Look, the Saints have beat them twice this year for a reason. It wasn't lucky either time. One time was an absolute dominant performance. So I really think the Saints do that again. And also, look, playoff time, I look at 2 things. If you really want to just break it down and keep it simple, you look at defense and coaching and who has the edge in both of those categories.
Simple. The Saints do. Okay. I am going to move on the Saints -3. Just think they're the better football team. So
I agree with the move, Jimmy.
is there a prop market that you would plan or have a plan at all with to attack?
Yeah, I mean, I might be looking at that Ronald Jones under, because if he plays, I don't expect him to be getting a big workload. So I would look at the under there, even though I don't like taking unders for running backs. It's just a thing. I either bet the over or don't bet, but I will be looking at that. I'm also going to look at Kamara's receiving yards. I think it could be a real dump-off game to Kamara. So, yeah, a couple of looks, and I don't know. I want to bet. I want to look at what Thomas's receptions and yards are, because he is absolutely due for a big game. It's not like he's not good at football anymore. He's been quiet. He's been hurt, but he is healthy and he's ready to go. So that's going to be something I'm going to zero in on come Saturday.
I love the Thomas look. Feels like he's making up for lost times, and we absolutely know what the Achilles heel of this Buccaneers defense is. So, I love it. I love it. There you have it. There is your 4 games divisional breakdown. Let's review action before we count our winnings in college basketball. All right. We start with the Rams. Bebsy has them. And Bebsy, let's also see if we get a best bet here. Rams +7 at -115 at DraftKings for Bebsy. And I am on the Rams team total under 18.5 and full game under 45.5. Then we move on to Ravens Bills. Bebsy's on the Bills first half -105. And I will be on the Ravens. And while I'm saying that, I just have going over in my head over and over and over gas station saying that the Bills are going to destroy them. And it's just going over and over and over and over in my head. But I'm going to be on the Ravens. And I just think that the buyback is real and there'll be more of it. And I don't think I'll get a 3. But I do think that money line could become a little better. Let's see if I bet the money line right now, +115. So I've got 5 cents more. I'd like a +120 at least. Okay. Then we move on to Browns Chiefs. I've done nothing. Nothing at all. And Bebsy's on the Browns first half +6.5 -105, and he's thinking about the double up. And then we get to the final game on the menu. Buccaneers Saints. Ron Walsek says Breeze over completions is solid. Buccaneers Saints. I'm on the Saints -3, and I think that Thomas receiving props is a great call by Bebsy, although it's not available yet. And that is our card. Bebsy, do you have a best bet for the weekend?
Well, I've only officially made 3 so far, but I really like Cleveland first half. I think they'll come out hot, they'll come out loose, and I think the Chiefs are going to come out casual.
Exciting. Nilo says that's it. It's done. Bebs didn't get mad yet about the weather. I think he got a little upset.
Nilo, I'm always mad about the weather, and yeah, I made a comment. I guess it was a little too subtle, but if you'll remember, I said, Jimmy, do you think the weather might change over the next 4 or 5 days?
And he didn't say it really happily.
No, I certainly. Well, that's because I think it's ridiculous to talk about weather forecasts on a Tuesday because I think they change by the weekend.
Well,
was I angry enough?
I'm
not gonna yell.
We'll do a compare and contrast on Saturday. But there is no weekend show. This is it. This is our breakdown. We have fun things in store for the conference finals and the Super Bowl. So lots of fun things ahead. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means so much to us. Proud Babylonians right here. There's one of them. But I don't care about that. I care about the knuckleheads, man. I care about my Canucks hat. It's right over there. I'm very excited about the NHL season starting up.